Alright, platformer fans, this is the fun part. These are the upcoming games I keep checking for, the ones with the biggest hype, the biggest potential, and the best chance to totally take over my Switch time. I'm ranking these by a mix of community buzz and how big I think the impact will be, not just what I personally like. Some are pure Nintendo magic, some are indie heavy hitters, and a couple feel like sleeper picks that could explode once people actually play them. Let's jump in. If you already loved Wonder, this upgraded edition feels like Nintendo saying, yeah, we're not done yet. The big hook is Bellabel Park, which is basically a new hangout zone inside the Flower Kingdom with co-op attractions and challenges. That alone screams late night sessions with friends, even if you just hop in for a few quick rounds. I also like that it sounds more social without turning Mario into some live service thing. The new boss encounters and extra character options are the kind of add-ons that actually matter in a platformer, because replay value is everything. Nintendo lists it for March 26, 2026, and I'm honestly already picturing a launch weekend meetup. Yoshi games are my comfort food, and this one sounds like it's aiming for that cozy vibe while still giving us something new. The whole jump into a weird talking book setup is perfect for Yoshi, because those games always nail playful worlds and silly surprises. Nintendo is calling it a Nintendo Switch 2 title for spring 2026, which makes it feel like a real showcase moment, not just a small side project. I'm hoping the levels lean into creativity over difficulty, like the best Yoshi entries do, with secrets everywhere and visuals that look like you could touch them. If you've got kids or you just want a chill platformer that still feels polished, this could be one of those games everyone ends up recommending. This one is for the people who like their platforming with teeth. It's got that moody Metroidvania vibe, but with roguelike runs and co-op options, which is a combo I always want more of. The thing that really stands out is the hat possession mechanic, where you can take over enemies and use them to push forward. That kind of system can make every run feel different without relying on cheap randomness. It's also got a confirmed date for Nintendo Switch, March 5th, 2026, so it's not just a wish list dream. If you've been craving something that scratches that dark action platformer itch but still feels fresh, keep your eye on this one because it's picking up serious hype. Whenever Mega Man comes back, I pay attention. I grew up on that tight, honest platforming where every jump matters and every mistake is on you, and this looks like it wants to bring that energy back. Capcom is calling it a full new mainline entry, and that is a big deal because we do not get those often. It's listed for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, and the target window is 2027, so yeah, it's a wait, but it's also the kind of game that can dominate the conversation when it finally drops. I'm hoping for classic Robot Master vibes, killer music, and stages that feel designed to be replayed until you master them. Mega Man at its best is pure skill candy, and I miss that. This is one of those games that just feels like it's going to hit. Yacht Club knows how to make movement feel great, and Mina looks like it's mixing old-school adventure vibes with snappy action platforming. The burrowing mechanic alone sounds fun, because it can turn simple areas into little playgrounds once you learn how to use it. It was originally aiming earlier, but now it's sitting in that coming soon, date pending zone, and honestly, I'd rather they take their time and land it right. If you like games that feel like a modern twist on classic handheld action adventures, Mina is exactly that kind of pick. This is the one I can already picture myself playing late at night, headphones on, hunting secrets, and getting lost in the soundtrack. Silksong is already the kind of game people build their whole personality around, so yeah, an expansion announcement is huge. Sea of Sorrow is being described as a nautical-themed add-on with new areas, bosses, and tools, and it's planned as a free expansion in 2026. That combination of more content and no extra cost is basically instant hype fuel. What I'm excited for is the vibe shift. Silksong's world is already intense, but pushing it into watery, stormy, sea-themed zones could give us totally new movement challenges and enemy designs. If you love platforming that feels precise, dangerous, and rewarding, this is the kind of update that can pull you back in, even if you already finished everything. Rayman coming back in any form makes me happy because that series has always been pure platforming joy. Right now, this one is still in that strong signs but not fully locked in stage, with recent ratings chatter pointing to a Nintendo Switch release. Even if it ends up being a compilation or a celebration package, Rayman games are built for replay, especially if they include the classic vibes and the smoother modern style people loved later on. The reason this makes my list is simple. Rayman is a crowd pleaser. It's the kind of game you can hand to almost anyone and they will get it in 5 minutes. If this really is a solid anniversary edition with good performance and clean controls, it could be one of the easiest must-buys on the whole list. This is not a cute, happy platformer, and that's exactly why it stands out. Reanimal is coming from the creators behind Little Nightmares, and it looks like it's bringing that same creepy cinematic energy, but with co-op as a bigger focus. Nintendo has it listed for Nintendo Switch 2, and the pitch is basically 2 siblings surviving a nightmare island, which already sounds like a tense, memorable ride. I'm counting it as a platformer pick because these games live and die by movement, timing, and navigating dangerous spaces, not just combat. If the puzzles and chase sequences land, it could be one of those games you talk about for weeks after finishing it. I also love co-op horror that feels designed, not random. This could be a special one. This game looks like pure animation flex, in the best way. The hand-drawn style and that cane-based pogo movement instantly give it personality, and I love when platformers commit to a weird movement hook instead of playing it safe. It's been shown as a Nintendo Switch title, and it's generally talked about as a 2026 release, even if exact dates still feel a little messy depending on where you look. For me, the appeal is tone. It looks vibrant but also kind of dark, like a fairy tale that is not afraid to get strange. Those are usually the platformers that surprise you with level design and boss fights you do not expect. If you like games that feel like a storybook but still demand skill and timing, keep this on your radar. If you like fast, expressive movement and 3D platformers, Demon Tides is a big one to watch. It's from the Demon Turf team, and the whole idea is cruising across open areas, chaining moves, upgrading your mobility, and basically turning the world into your playground. The PC date is set for February 19th, 2026, and the Nintendo Switch version is confirmed for later, so it's not an if, it's a when. That matters because I do not like putting pure rumors on these lists. What I want from Demon Tides is that feeling of constant momentum, like you are always learning a new trick and using it to reach places that seemed impossible an hour ago. If they nail the controls, this could be a movement nerd's dream game. So yeah, that's my current top 10, and honestly, this list feels stacked. If even half of these land the way they look like they will, platformer fans are eating good this year and next. Let me know which one you're most hyped for, and if I missed a platformer you think belongs here, drop it in the comments, because I'm always building the next list.